Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I have been thinking about starting Matt's 100 Heads challenge for a while, and I finally did it. In this video, I will share you my experiences about this challenge. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. The quality of this video is unfortunately far from being perfect, because after the 2 or 3 days of drawing, I started to record the process while my phone was in a different position. If that is really annoying, I am sorry about that. Also, if you want to see all of the heads I have drawn, please check out my Instagram. I will also put the link of the Pintrest board I used in the description if you are interested. The challenge was that I had to draw 100 heads in 10 days. Actually, I knew I wouldn't be able to finish drawing them in 10 days because I have been pretty busy with the university. So I finished the challenge in 14 days, which were way faster than I thought I would. I am really happy I gave this challenge a try, but to be honest, I was quite sick of it after a few days. I really like drawing heads, but usually it takes me hours just to make the sketch. So it was really hard for me to try to draw the heads way faster than I usually do, because if I had tried to draw them in my usual pace, I would have never been able to finish the challenge. I usually draw digitally, so I almost completely forgot how to draw with pencil. And I also drew the faces way smaller than what I am used to, so as you can see, the situations were really unusual for me. Even though I like drawing heads, having to draw so much in a day was way out of my comfort zone. There were days when I really enjoyed drawing, and there were days where I could barely make myself to sit down and draw. I often felt really stressed because I felt like my drawings were not good enough, and also because there were so many other things I should have been doing, but I still didn't quit. Half a year ago, I probably would have quit after around the third day, but I have promised myself that I will try my best to improve my skills, so I kept going. To be honest, challenges might not be for me because I am that kind of person who finds it really hard not to stress out about every single task. But I am quite sure I will try out different challenges as well, and I might also give this one a try next year to see how much I have improved. At the beginning of the challenge, it was really hard for me to draw faster than I usually do, because I wanted to make the drawings as detailed as I could. I tried to draw the heads in a way when I draw a circle and different shapes first to help me get the proportions right, but after a while I realized it took way too much time, and my drawings didn't really look like the reference photos, so I decided to stop using this method and draw the heads the way I feel like at the moment. This way my drawing process got way faster, and even though not one of my drawings looked like the reference photo, the proportions were not that bad at all, and I started to like the heads that I drew. Most of the times, the very first drawing of a day looked kind of strange, and there were days when every single one looked off, which made me very discouraged, and I often felt like I couldn't draw at all. But I am glad that I didn't quit, because I really like some of these drawings, and even if I know there are many things I still need to improve, I feel like my skills already get somewhat better, and I also get a little bit more confident in drawing heads. The last few heads were not only better than the first ones, they also took way less time to finish. One thing I already mentioned is that the drawings were really different from the reference photos, which really bothered me all over the process. Probably if I have been drawing slower, they might have looked at least a little bit more similar, but I still feel like I have to improve a lot in this aspect. I think when it comes to drawing a head, I am not that bad at that, but when it comes to capturing someone's likeness, that is way over my skill levels, so it is definitely something I have to work on. I also want to be able to draw my lines in a more confident way, because I feel like my process would have been way faster if I did that, and it is also something which I really struggle with when it comes to digital drawing. Another problem I had was that I always draw girls, so it was kind of hard to get used to drawing boys, and I also realized that no matter how hard I tried to draw a child's head, they always look like an adult, which is also really annoying. But yet again, it is just one more thing I will have to try to improve. There were days when I didn't really have the time to draw, and even though I felt kind of guilty on those days, looking back, I am kind of happy that I had to skip some days, because it might be the very one thing that saved me from the complete burnout and stopped me from getting to hate drawing heads. Even this way, I am not sure when will I be able to start drawing something digitally again, because I really don't feel like that right now, and there are also many things I have to do, since I neglected many other important things because of this challenge. And even if I get back to drawing again soon, I feel like probably I will draw something completely different, an animal for instance, which is funny because I have never liked drawing animals as much as people. But we will see. One thing that helped me keep drawing even when I didn't feel like that is that I decided to upload all of the process videos on TikTok and YouTube. Considering that I don't have too much followers yet, it felt good to see how many people were interested in this kind of content, and the fact that many people liked my videos made it easier to keep going. I know that it's not the best way to think about social media, because it can sometimes make you feel really bad about yourself if someone doesn't like your content. And I was lucky that people were really nice to me this time, and I am really glad to them as they helped me keep doing this challenge. But of course, I am trying my best not to depend so much on how many people like or dislike my videos, but that is kind of hard to do, to be honest. At last, I wanna say that I really recommend trying this challenge, because it can be really useful. But also it is really important not to put too much pressure on yourself if you give it a try. If you feel like you need a break, you should definitely take some time and do some other things you like. Drawing should be something you find joy in, and while stepping out of your comfort zone to be able to improve your skills is really important, it is not worth too much if, in the end of the day, you realize you never want to hold a pencil again, just because you expected way too much of yourself. It is something that I also really struggle with, as I tend to set goals which are way too high, so I often have to remind myself that I don't have to be in a rush. I hope you found this video to be interesting, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any question or suggestion, I would love to read it in the comments. Take care.